Hey guys, so welcome to the live stream.
Yeah, welcome back.
Hi fellow travelers out there. Tonight we've got a couple funny ideas that we kind of wanted to do to kind of bring some happiness to everybody. So let's get started.
Don't care about no gold, no one else to hit my phone up. None of that pretentious life. No, don't need no pills to get high. There's no doubt in my mind. Your loving is all that I
Alright, so anyways, again, welcome guys. I hope everybody out there is doing great, and I hope everybody's staying safe and not sick and is feeling well. I'm doing okay.
Yeah,
How are
we're
you?
like, what, 2 weeks in now? 2 weeks
Yeah.
into the...
I think
Lockdown.
Monday is supposed to be day 15 of the official what everybody's been doing, so that's supposed to be on Monday. So yeah, I hope everybody out there's doing good.
Yeah, staying safe. Hopefully you're staying inside. And catching up on some much-needed rest, as well as trying to do whatever you can to keep yourself busy. I know for us, we've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing, so it's a pretty fun game. If you have a Switch, it's definitely worth a pickup. I love fishing myself, but it's really cool.
Hopefully we can figure out how we can do a live stream with the game. I'm not really sure how to do that yet, but it's definitely something I think we're going to work on, because we've had a few requests to kind of show what Animal Crossing looks like, so maybe we'll do that soon. Anyways, so getting started, I kind of tried to find some uplifting and positive news stories, and because everybody's being bogged down with all the negativity, and don't get me wrong, there's definitely some things to be concerned about, but I thought I would try and come up with some interesting stuff that you guys can do over the weekend, because the weekend's coming up and nobody can go outside. I know a lot of people who have kids have been stuck inside with them. Gyms are closed. Movie theaters are closed still. So everybody's just trying to find a new normal and adjust to life. So the first thing I found, and I actually found it last night when I was scrolling through Facebook, it's a hashtag that's called Save with Stories, and basically it was kind of started by Jennifer Gardner, and she got a bunch of celebrities to get together and read children's books live, because obviously everybody's stuck inside and kids aren't home from school and parents are probably ready to pull their hair out. I don't know, I don't have kids, but I do have friends who do, and they are going nuts. So basically what you do is you can log on to Instagram or Twitter and use the handle hashtag Save with Stories, and it should pull up a plethora of different celebrities. Josh Gad, if you don't know who he is, he's Olaf in Frozen. He also is LeFou in Beauty and the Beast in the live action, if you're trying to put a face to him. So anyways, he actually every day on his Instagram, he started what is it? What did I say it was?
It's
Gad's
Book Club.
Gad's Book Club, and every day he's live streaming on his Twitter a book. So if you like kid stories, or you're a fan of Josh Gad, that might be something fun to do.
Or if your kid's like Olaf, I mean, his voice is Olaf character.
Yeah.
His voice is exactly him, so.
Exactly, to a T. So the other one I saw last night, and this is the one that kind of got me interested in it, is the Backstreet Boys. They did, three of them, AJ, Nick Carter, and Howie, all read a book called Clickety Clack something. Anyways, it was about a cow and typewriters.
Who learned how to type, and then he taught the rest of the animals on the farm how to type, and it was
They all went on strike because they
Yeah.
wanted stuff from the farmer, and the farmer wasn't getting to them. So there was actually some social injustice that was going on.
It was a fascinating book that they read,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
So
And only how we showed the pictures too.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny.
everybody was reading the book to either their kids or out loud, and Howie was like, "Oh, and here's the pages." So yeah, I thought it was really kind of funny and interesting. So even as an adult, you might find it a little quirky. So yeah, so check out hashtag Save with Stories. The other thing that's interesting too is Patrick Stewart. And if you don't know who Patrick Stewart is, I can't really help you there. But he is reading a sonnet a day from Shakespeare. And
So Patrick Stewart is Professor X, and he's Captain Picard, and he does basically he reads the Sun every day on his Instagram. So it's something to kind of watch out for. I know his friend, what is his name? He played Gandalf in Lord of the Rings. Was doing a very similar thing too. So those are two people that are sort of doing some sort of interesting literary stuff that they're reading for people, just to keep people interested.
And his Instagram handle is Sir S-A-R Pat P-A-T Stew S-T-E-W, which I thought was kind of funny. So check him out on Instagram. That you can check out all of his sonnets. I think he's on sonnet 6 now. So you got.
And while you're on his Instagram, you can check out number 1 too, which is his rescued Pitbull that he has. I think he's named something else, but he was named number 1 for his TV show, the Picard TV show. So that was actually his dog. So that's really cool too. You can see pictures of his puppies.
So just some like cool, like chill hangout stuff. The other thing too, I have heard from other people, and I have not checked it out myself, but a lot of the museums are doing virtual tours. The NASA Kennedy Space Center, I believe, is also doing like virtual tours. So if you're stuck at home with your kids and you just want to pretend like you're going and visiting places.
The Georgia Aquarium had people. I shouldn't say people, had virtual tours as well. And then was it the Georgia Aquarium that was letting the penguins roam around?
I think it was was it the Chicago?
It was Chicago. I think it was, yeah, it might have been Chicago. But a funny thing too is that I think it was Georgia Aquarium had 2 little puppies that they were letting run underneath the water, which was really cute to watch too. Yeah, that was today. So.
They had puppies roaming the aquarium, which who doesn't love puppies? And the Georgia Aquarium is pretty massive and pretty cool. It's one of my favorite places to go, but they pack those people in like super tight.
When it's open, yeah. But a lot of the museums give us an opportunity to take a look at them while you're here, and if you have to teach your kids or you're doing any type of like semi-homeschooling or real homeschooling, that could be an option too, is to take a look at some of these museums that give opportunities, as well as I think some stage shows in like New York are broadcasting too. So definitely check out some of those. They're doing like once a day broadcast of their shows, so that's an opportunity to see operas and other things too that are going on.
Yeah, they're doing like an opera a day, which honestly I think I've only seen like 2 operas in my life, and it's different. Like it's a different type of show. Yeah. But it's different because, you know, you can just sit down and experience new opportunities. So.
But you can only watch movies on your movies, or, you know, Hulu's running out of stuff, or Netflix. You have some opportunities to sort of expand your cultural horizon and see some other interesting things. So that's always fun. Yeah.
Exactly. So I thought those were kind of some fun things that you could do with your kids. The other thing that I found interesting, there's a whole movement of people trying to help out with the whole homeschooling thing, but adults can take full advantage of it as well. Now, again, we don't have kids, so I'm not really sure how this whole homeschooling thing is going. My sister and my brother-in-law are both middle school teachers, so I'll have to pick their brains and see how that's actually going from like the teacher side. But from what I've seen in some videos is kids still have to do PE for their homeschooling. So there's been a few YouTubers that have created channels so that they can do PE, and I figure if you're not able to go to the gym and you're looking for a free workout, perhaps a low-key PE class might be something fun to do while you're sitting at home. I would assume that they're really easy. I looked up the channel. I did get the channel name for one of them. It is PE with Joe Wicks, and that is literally his channel name, is P.E. with Joe is his channel name. So make sure you check it out. On YouTube. On the YouTube. He does it every morning at 9 a.m. He does a 30-minute PE workout.
Ooh.
So 30 minutes, I think we all have 30 minutes a day that we could probably do. And also if you have kids at home, this might be something to kind of help fulfill that gap.
Well, and to get some energy out. I mean,
we're all stuck inside.
Yeah, we can hear it from the people around us. They have kids. You can just hear them like running around crazy all day and stuff. So definitely can understand the need for some little exercise. And the cool thing about some of these, including PE, and there's like other ones too that are available on the YouTube as well. There's just a lot of people like working out without weights and stuff. So you don't even need really equipment. You just have to be able to take some time and
use the furniture in your house in your own body weight.
Yeah.
Which I wish I could say I've been utilizing that, but I haven't. But I may make that a goal for next week to try and fit in like a low key, like get some energy out, do some exercising, because even if we weren't all stuck inside in the wintertime in New York, you can't really like go outside anyways. So I think it's something that definitely applies. And it snowed like 3 days ago. I think we got like 5 or 6 inches. It's all gone now because it's like 56. But I was like, where did this come from? So again, like if you're stuck in the north and you can't get outside, in-home workouts are, I think, something to think about. And nobody wants to pay, like I know I don't want to pay to like use some service. So I think YouTube's a great resource.
And especially since all the gyms and everything are closed now, you don't really have a choice. If you want to exercise, you're going to have to figure out a way to do it in your home, especially for people who live in like apartments and stuff where you're really cramped. These are some good options.
The other thing I saw is if you're not into like working out, there is a lady on Facebook. Her name is OT Mabuse. Anyways, she's doing free 30-minute dance lessons, and I checked it out just to kind of see if they were just like full-on dance lessons or were they just kind of like cheap. They actually look very informative, and she's been doing them daily now. And she's actually like teaching you like how to do like formal ballroom dancing, how to do like a choreographed routine, and she has a different theme every day. So her theme for today was the Jungle Book. So she dressed up in an animal character like costume and did like a dance, and it was actually kind of funny. So if you want to check her out, and I will put all of the links in the comments below after this video posts, so that way you can go back and you can find these later. But she is, you just search for OT Mabuse, and it's OTIMABUSE on Facebook, and it'll bring you directly to her page, and you can see her live stream. She actually live streams them originally, and then she posts them up so you can watch them later. So I thought that was actually kind of cool. Different stuff that's happening now because everybody's stuck inside.
Yeah, and I mean, everyone can always learn a little new dance or something. That'd be kind of cool. My dancing skills are non-existent.
We do have Just Dance like 2018 or 2019, and I've never plugged it in. So I thought that was, I probably should try and use it. Alright, so next up on the list, I kind of decided to try and find some funny Twitter memes because, you know, when you're like getting all this negative like news and energy, it's kind of nice to just laugh and realize you're not the only one dealing with all of this stuff. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So here are the top 3 that I found, and obviously there's like a million out there right now, but these are the top 3 memes that I found, and I'm hoping that these are going to transition well and that you'll be able to see them. So let's go with the first one. So this one says, in the year 2020, humanity was threatened with extinction. Panic spread across the planet like never before. What were you doing, Grandpa? Just sending memes to friends and stuff. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Because that's all we're doing, right? Like, we're all just sitting back on our couches and sending memes to each other. I know I've been, like, mad sending memes to friends, and friends have been sending memes to me. It's kind of a nice way to, like, chill out and, again, laugh about the humor. The next one that I found, this one I think kind of plays into working from home. And basically it talks about commuting in Corona times. And as you can see, what's your commute time like? How has it changed? Well, as you can see, I need to make my way to the fridge, need to make my way to the bathroom. You know, I thought this was actually pretty funny. I work from home essentially up until the point that I have to leave.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my house has become my office, and probably same for you, right? I mean...
Pretty much. I mean, it's not too much different for me. An office is an office, so it doesn't really make much of a difference, I guess, in my mind, where I work.
There was another meme that my sister had posted, and it was about how you should... either use your pet or just like name some random name and be like, yeah, that Miranda, she's really bringing the office down with her office blah blah blah, and just like try and keep it like back to normal as you try to communicate with your spouse or significant other while you're like sitting at home, because I mean, I don't really gossip when I'm at work, but some people do, so I thought that was kind of like a funny caveat. Like, add like an imaginary third person to the mix of being in your office.
I think, too, some of like the northern states are a little bit better prepared because during the wintertime you really can't go outside. So, and what I mean by prepared is like they're just used to sitting inside and not being able to go outside because it's really cold or it's always snowing or all of those things. So I think that people in the north, I can't imagine in like Florida being stuck inside and it's like beautiful outside and you're like, I can't go outside. That would be...
And all the beaches are closed in Florida.
Yeah.
Parks are closed. So,
you know, I can see why it might be a little bit easier for people in the north to handle being stuck inside for so long.
Yeah.
In opposition to like the southern states or the nicer looking states.
Alright, so this is one of the last ones that I found. And again, it kind of has to do with like working from home. And, you know, it's everybody's favorite character, Homer Simpson. And definitely, this is definitely me every morning. Just kind of switch the times around. Me getting up at 8:59 for the big commute to work in the spare room with a 9 a.m. start. That's literally me almost every morning. I have a conference call that I have to get on at 8:45, and if I don't technically need to be anywhere, I'm usually getting up about 8:40 and calling in for my 8:45 conference call. So
yeah, that's very true.
So it's rough. Like, it's definitely rough, but it's not as bad as if I had to get dressed and go to the office, because that's at least like an hour that I need to be up and get ready and get out the door. But I'm definitely lucky in the sense that I don't have to commute very far right now, unless I'm going to a hospital, so. Alright, so another funny thing that I found, and I actually found this the other day, and it's TikTok. And I'm hoping that the audio comes through, because again, we're using this other software, and I'm not really able to hear everything.
Yeah, we're still working out some kinks, so.
So I'm going to play this clip. It's a TikTok channel that I found, and it's not letting people comment. I'm not really sure why, but I feel bad if you're watching and you can't comment. I'm going to try and figure that out. We're using like a different software, and it's actually streaming into YouTube, so this is all still like a huge learning curve for us. So I apologize if it's not letting you comment. Hopefully we'll eventually be able to figure that out. It should let people comment for some reason, but let me try. I'm going to see if it'll let me comment now. And I don't know if anybody can see this or if it's letting anybody comment, so we'll give it a try. So the next thing I found, again, like I said, is a TikTok, and it's funny. It's about a dog named Penny, and who doesn't like puppy TikToks? So, here we go. Let's see if this works.
Hey, Pen, it's lunchtime. How about a chicken sandwich?
Nope.
Okay, well, how about some Chinese food?
No.
Okay, well, how about a big, juicy steak?
What?
Yeah.
What?
A steak.
Yup.
Steak it is. Hey, Pen, what does a dog sound like?
What? I don't sound like that at all. You sound stupid.
No, I don't.
Penny, it's great to see you.
Hey,
Do you recognize me?
don't know.
I'm the Terminator.
Rambo?
No, that was Stallone.
Don't know.
The governor of California.
Oh, you.
Yeah, you recognize me?
Yep,
Then tell me what's your favorite movie of mine.
Rambo.
So yeah, so this obviously I thought was super funny. I really enjoy like the dubbed over voiceovers of the pets, and somehow the way his lips move and the way that he talks. So hopefully you guys heard that. If you haven't, and for some reason this didn't go through, make sure you check out the YouTube channel, Rob and Penny, and it's all of their TikToks and all of their videos where he like dubs over his Pitbull, which is so cute. He's so cute. And it goes through all of their TikToks, so you can see all of their old videos. So hopefully you guys were able to hear that audio, because I was cracking up, I was dying laughing, and I find new ones every day, and I think they're hilarious. So if you have any like TikToks that you like, or any like dog voiceover dubbed videos, definitely send them to me or leave a comment below after the video posts if you guys are watching this later, because I love them, and I can get lost on TikTok for hours, and Gary just stares at me and he's like, what are you watching? I'm like, I'm watching this. So
I stare at her because she leaves the volume up and sits right next to you and watches it as you're doing something else. So you're just constantly hearing it over everything else.
Well, but he's not really like watching anything that he needs to hear.
Oh, of course, yes.
I think it's funny.
No, I think it's hilarious. We used to actually have a dog named Logan, and he would like howl talk like that. So we're kind of used to that. And it's really funny thinking about like, what would your dog say, or what crazy thing would your dog do? Those type of things.
Currently, ours is going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs right now.
Yeah, but I love the dog thing. It's really cute. Yeah.
So that's kind of what I kind of got together for this whole live stream tonight. We're hitting at about like 20 something minutes, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's a good test. Again, we're trying to test some of these things and see how it works. We're still not really sold on like camera quality and stuff, so we're still kind of working out some of those kinks. But we're just trying to get on and talk and kind of share what we're up to, because honestly, we're all stuck inside and all isolated, so it's nice to be able to share kind of what we've been up to.
Yeah. So if you guys have any ideas for future videos that you guys want us to talk about, definitely leave me a comment in the comment section. I'm happy to definitely try and research topics, or if there's anything you guys want to hear about from us, like leave us a message and let us know. And I'm on this weekend as far as work is concerned, so it may be busy, it may not. So we may try and jump on again on Sunday and hang out with you guys again.
Yeah.
So
Share some uplifting and funny things, or kind of what we've been up to.
yeah.
Yeah.
So again, like I said, if you guys have any ideas, just let us know, and we'll definitely figure it out. Do you have anything to add? Anything that's been weighing on your mind that you want to talk about?
I want to talk about? Sure. So for those who have seen the Picard series, because we talked about Patrick Stewart earlier, what a disappointment that was. I mean, seriously, CBS. You brought him back, and then you make him into a robot? Like, it's just very strange where they took that show, and from an avid Star Trek fan, I doubt that's the audience we're talking to, but it's just weird how they turn that show. Any show you've been watching that's kind of
Weird?
interesting or different? Yeah.
I haven't watched any TV, but we did catch the latest episode of 50 Million Things, and I'm not going to throw out a spoiler.
1 million.
Yeah, I keep wanting to call it 50 million. I don't know. My brain is like
It's a million
fried.
little things.
It's a million little things. But we did watch the latest episode today, and if you haven't watched that show, you can stream it on Hulu. So if you have Hulu, you can kind of start from the beginning and watch it. We're in season 2. Very drama filled, and I will say, like, the first season I cried like every episode. I was like, I'm not prepared for this emotional roller coaster that we are going on, and I still find myself in most episodes being teary-eyed. So it's very emotionally driven.
It's a show basically about a friend who committed suicide, and like how the friends and his family sort of reunite after that suicide. And so like in season 2, they've somewhat moved on and starting to get into like their own lives, but I really liked season 1. I liked it a lot because it really kind of dealt with those kind of dynamics of the suicide, how his friends got over it, how his family dealt with it. In season 2, it's just like everything turns to drama. Like every episode is like the same thing. They introduce a character to help with something, and then that character ends up causing drama. And it's a good show. It's just it's getting very predictable, very kind of I think it's ABC that does it. ABC like, it's kind of like the Grey's Anatomy type of structure where it's just constantly.
They're bringing in new
same things.
characters.
Yeah.
And I don't really know the longevity of the new characters. They all have like a weird role to play, but we watched that today. It definitely, I don't think that was the last episode of the season, right?
No, I don't think so, but a lot of shows are cutting down their productions because of them having to cut them short, so I don't know how many more episodes, if anything, is really left.
Well, the last shot of the episode, I just went so we'll see what happens next week. Hasn't happened like this. That type of scene hasn't really happened. There was a lot of everything kind of came to a head in this episode, so it'll be interesting to see what happens next week. What other shows do we watch? I did catch the episode that you watched of Clone Wars. No,
That's the Clone Wars.
yeah, Clone Wars.
Yeah.
On Disney Plus. It wasn't a bad episode.
It's okay. It's Ahsoka Tano's episode, so those are always fun. I think she's probably the best Star Wars character that's not in any movies. So
The person who actually plays her character actually has like her own clothing line called Her Universe,
yeah,
and she makes a lot of Star Wars merchandise for women.
yeah. So if you're interested in that, that's definitely. I've seen a lot of it, and they make it for men too. So it's not just women, but it is, I think, heavily focused on women.
Yeah, because
But all
there's
of her
not a lot
stuff's
of
really,
merch
really
for
cool.
women.
Yeah, and she's at Disney World
does,
a
yeah.
lot when it's actually open. So
Yeah, when it's opened, you can frequent her in Hollywood Studios a lot of the time because she'll be hanging out in like the Star Wars areas and stuff. So I think that's kind of cool.
yeah, I mean, like I said, I think she's one of the best characters that aren't in any of the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of the best characters overall in the whole series. So it's fun to see them do some more episodes. They didn't destroy it like they did with Picard or some of those other shows, sci-fi shows that they're kind of tanking right now. But I definitely like the Star Wars Clone Wars stuff.
So now that we talk about Disney and Star Wars, how do you think Marvel is going to do currently?
So I don't know, many of you may not be watching, but I know that the comic book side is really struggling with the stores having to close. And from my understanding of reading some of the tweets from store owners and stuff, they have to purchase the comics ahead of time. And there was a whole thing with DC and Marvel not wanting to stop these shipments, and then they refuse to refund. So if a store buys comics, they can't send them back if they don't sell them. They're stuck with the stock. So that's creating this whole sort of dynamic of if that continues, comic book shops and stuff are going to close. So for that'll be a massive hit again to Disney, who's already struggling with the park closures, with the movie closures, because movie studios aren't open to view their movies unless they all go to Disney Plus. Combine that with the comic book sales decreasing and then maybe closing, you could definitely see some hard times ahead for Disney coming up.
And they haven't actually released when they're going to reopen, which I think has been kind of a hot topic right now because Universal Studios Orlando, I believe, said that they were not going to reopen until at least April 15th currently.
15th and 19th, yeah.
And so Disney, unfortunately, hasn't released any information right now as to when they're going to reopen the parks. So the cast members that are still part-time, full-time have, I've been seeing it on Facebook where they've been posting, wondering what their schedule is going to look like. And that can be kind of stressful if you don't know when you're supposed to go back to work, if you're going to go back to work, how that all is going to trickle down. Is Disney going to continue to pay their employees if they stay closed for another 2 weeks? There's a lot of uncertainty going on right now. So
I think the last I saw was from about 4 or 5 hours ago, so it's just indefinite. They don't have any set day. I mean, I'm sure the higher ups have something that they have an estimate of, but they're just not releasing it right now. It's just basically indefinite. So
I feel like they're probably going to delay it like Universal. I think that's definitely
well, it's indefinite now. They've moved it from April 1st to indefinite. So
just crazy.
yeah.
Absolutely crazy.
We were talking about that. It's weird thinking about Orlando without anything open. We see a lot of the YouTubers down there still cruising. I think we talked about this last live blog, and we still see it. But it's fascinating to think that's literally just driven entirely on tourists, and now you're not going to have any for a long time. So it'll be interesting to see how that recovers.
Yeah, I saw last night there was a deal to go to Cancun for 5 days, 4 nights, and it was $129
$129.
for your entire stay, and you had 18 months to use the trip, so you didn't have to book it and go next week. You had over a year to utilize this trip, and I thought that was crazy. I mean, I might look into that because if it's next year, who knows what I'm doing next year? That would actually probably be fun to go to Mexico for 5 days. I've never been to Mexico.
Sure.
However, right now, I do know Mexico does not want United States citizens in their country currently, and I don't blame them. We all got the COVID,
Yeah, no universal healthcare.
And it's interesting, yeah, that too. So it's kind of funny that they're closing their borders.
Well, I don't
to
know if they've officially closed their borders yet. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with that. I know I haven't been keeping up with who's closing borders and all that stuff. But it's an interesting article that Bill Gates was quoted in recently saying that the shutdowns aren't going to work if all the states don't work together, because if you shut down one state but you can go to the next state and not be, and what I'm saying by shutdowns is stay-at-home orders. If those things are in one state but the next state's not doing it, it's not going to change very much because you're just going to go to the other state. So it's sort of fascinating the interrelationships of our state governors and stuff too.
Which has been interesting in the upstate New York area, which is where we're at. The governor kind of put New York City on a lockdown, essentially, like told them non-essential. Like we've all kind of been on a, you're not an essential worker, to stay home. Not like a huge like curfew type lockdown, but that's kind of where New York State has been for the last week, I think. I think it started last week. But nobody has put like an official stay-at-home order. Or have they told New York City residents to stay in New York City, because that is where a majority of the cases are, is New York City. And it's not unrealistic. It's got a huge population, and they all live extremely close to each other. And the problem is when they shut down the city and they kept the other parts of the state still open, everybody kind of left the city. There was like a huge like exodus, especially here to the upstate area. So we've definitely seen an increase in cases, and majority of those cases are people who actually live in the city. They don't actually live here. So that's kind of been an interesting shift. So there's been talks about should they like stop travel outside of New York City. I think the damage is already done. I think the people are already out there. So I think it'll be interesting. The other thing that they're looking at doing is shipping all of the sick patients that are in New York City into upstate hospitals, because they're running out of space in the hospitals and like that kind of thing. So if that happens, we're obviously going to see like more cases here. We're going to see more healthcare staff getting sick, because we are extremely short on PPE. It's kind of sad, kind of scary if you think about it. There's a hospital here in town that told its staff, and this was confirmed like in the news and confirmed by people who actually work there, is they told the staff to use bras as a like mask.
Yeah.
I can't believe that in the United States, that people are being told to use bras as a face mask. So some of the hospitals have been telling nurses to continue to reuse masks. The hospital that I was in just the other day isn't giving any of the non-clinical staff masks. They told them that they don't need masks, that those need to be preserved for clinical staff, which if you're in the hospital, whether you're working directly with that patient or not, I think masks, if you want to wear them, you should be allowed to wear them. But apparently it's like a whole HR thing for this hospital. I think it's people don't know what to do.
Yeah, we're definitely in some new territory here, and it's definitely fascinating being in New York State too, because New York State is one of the hot spots in the United States right now, and just seeing the response and the I don't know, I want to say like craziness, but I don't want to sound sort of the downplay, but just how it's all playing out here is just fascinating and interesting. And then that interrelationship with the federal government.
Yeah.
I want to be on that end of it.
It's interesting. We left Florida and we came here, and like this place is literally the hotspot of like what is happening in the United States. It's kind of crazy that we're kind of front and center, and I'm seeing it like firsthand in the hospitals that I'm working in, because I go into the ICUs and the ORs, so I get to see those are the most vulnerable spots outside of the ED. So it's kind of crazy, and physicians are scared and nurses are scared, and hopefully we'll all get through this.
Well, we'll all get through this.
Just how many of us will get through, I think, is the question. So hopefully everybody keeps washing their hands, keep your distance if you're sick, obviously, even if it's not corona. Like, even if we're still in flu and cold season too. So you could very well still get sick with the flu, get sick with a cold. Just be smart about it. And hopefully we all kind of learn a lesson from this, that like we shouldn't have to go to work when we're sick. I think that's the biggest thing here, is I think a lot of people struggle with having to go to work and pay their bills. So hopefully we all learn that we can stay home when we're sick, and it's going to be okay. I think that's the only way we're going to be able to really move forward, is to be able to do that. So yeah, I didn't want to end this on a down note.
She did. She was trying to keep us positive.
I really wanted to keep this like live stream like peppy and positive, and instead I just brought everybody down just a couple notches. So
Well, we can talk about. We can take if you saw that last week tonight episode a few weeks ago. You gave 30 seconds to sort of let out your frustration. So, think of that as your 30 seconds to let out frustration.
This is true.
Yeah, because we have to. You have to have some way to vent too while you're stuck in your isolation. My biggest frustration right now is Dodo Airlines. We keep giving them our Nook miles, and they take us to horrible islands that don't have tarantulas, don't have anything to fish for, and just constantly have peaches. We have peaches on our island. I don't want to go to another island with peaches, Dodos. So can you please talk with yourselves and take me to a better island?
Yeah, we're still lacking cherries. We have yet to find an island that has cherries. And just to kind of give you guys a little background on the game, you basically grow fruit trees, and that's a way of like currency. Essentially, you can sell them and make lots of money. And fruit that is not native to your island
It's worth more.
is worth more. And right now we currently have coconuts, we have oranges, we have apples, we have pears, we have peaches,
But no cherries.
but no cherries.
And those stupid Dodos won't take us to any islands that have those things.
Yeah, so that's kind of been frustrating. So we keep like spending our miles and getting these plane tickets and trying to go to like abandoned islands, and then we get there and they're just basically replicas of the island that we left.
Yeah. So we still destroy them for the resources,
Yeah.
like you're supposed to do. But
We harvest all the resources.
yeah.
So, so that's kind of been what we've been doing. And catching lots of fish. And trying to get a penguin neighbor. That's the other thing. We have a weird mouse-looking guy that's in our camp right now.
Yeah, if you have any tips of how to kick people out when they're in the tent so that they leave you alone already, leave them in the comments below, because
He
we're
won't
still
leave.
figuring that out. Yeah, he won't leave.
And I want a penguin, so I'm hoping we've been purposely ignoring him and not answering any of his questions, hoping that he'll hate the island and leave. So that's really that's the only way we know. And in Animal Crossing, you have residents in your island, and they all have little personalities, and you kind of go around and chat with them, and that's how you build those relationships. And if you want somebody to move onto your island, you have to build that relationship with them. So that is why we are ignoring this mouse dude who did nothing to us. We just don't want him.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
It's not good enough.
so anyways, I guess we will wrap it up from here. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with us for a little bit. I hope it wasn't too down. I hope we kind of made you laugh a little. And
Just think about that cute dog eating that.
I'll close with the dog again so you guys can watch it. That's what we'll do. We'll close with the doggo.
Okay.
We'll close with Penny the Pitbull.
Penny the Pitbull from TikTok.
In case you guys didn't get to see it. So, until next time, guys, stay humble out there,
Stay humble.
and we'll see you in the next live stream.
Bye.
Hey, Pen, it's lunchtime. How about a chicken sandwich?
Nope.
Okay, well, how about some Chinese food?
No.
Okay, well, how about a big, juicy steak?
What?
Yeah.
What?
A steak.
Yep.
Steak it is. Hey, Pen, what does a dog sound like?
What? I don't sound like that at all. You sound stupid.
No, I don't.
Penny, it's great to see you.
Hey,
Do you recognize me?
don't know.
I'm the Terminator.
Rambo?
No, that was Stallone.
Don't know.
The governor of California.
Oh, you.
Yeah, you recognize me?
Yep,
Then tell me what's your favorite movie of mine?
Rambo.